Big night in the NHL tonight, Game 7, Colorado at San Jose. We bring in our pal, Rangers analyst Joe Micheletti, to talk about this. Joe, how you doing, buddy? Thanks so much for stopping by here on the video call center.
Yeah, I'm doing great, guys. Congrats on the new show. And you know what? Anytime you get to the playoffs, the NHL playoffs, and in particular a Game 7, I mean, what can be wrong, right? What can be bad about that? So it's been fabulous.
Yeah, probably hockey Game 7s, but hockey playoffs alone is always must-watch TV. Now, Joe, the Rangers aren't in the playoffs, but a lot of Ranger fans looked at last night's Game 7 as a playoff game for the Rangers, mainly because of that pick. They don't get it, but still, this offseason for the Rangers has been very interesting so far.
Yeah, it really has. And what it does, Alan, is it just continues a plan they put together about a year and a half or two ago to try and build a team that is championship worthy and, across the entire group. And they went on such a fabulous run for a good 7 years there, where, of course, they went to the final in 14 and did not win. But, they got to a point and where Jim Dolan, the owner, wanted to know if this team was good enough to win a championship. And so, they all basically said, listen, we've got to rebuild this. We've tried hard. We've come close. It's been an entertaining group over the last number of years. It's been so much fun at MSG to see these players play. But now we're getting to a point where they're getting older. We've given away and traded a lot of assets to try and win a championship, which is what most teams do when they come close. And so now it's time to just move forward with this, and that's what they've done with the number of picks. And there was an awful lot of excitement this year to see all these young kids play and step into the lineup and just really be exciting young players. And to think going down the stretch that there was the last couple of months you had your top center was 25, and then two other centers were 20, and then your other one was 19. And they showed a lot of good things. So they're moving forward. It's unfortunate that they weren't able to turn that second round pick from Dallas into a first round pick, but that's the way it goes. They've still done, I think, an excellent job.
So, Joe, the Rangers so far this offseason have acquired Adam Fox. They got him in a trade, of course, and coming from the KHL, it's going to be Igor Shesterkin, the highly touted young goalie, and also Kravtsov, one of the number one picks from last year. What do you think the Ranger fans should expect from this trio next season?
Well, the first thing I did when they made the deal for Adam Fox is since I've been on this Colorado series with San Jose, I went to Alex Kerfoot, who played with Fox at Harvard. And I said, listen, I know there's been a lot of talk about him. What do you think about Fox as a player? And he said, the first thing he said to me was, the kid's a stud. He says he doesn't get enough credit for how good he is defensively because he's extremely smart and he's got a tremendous stick. And of which, we know these days that to defend in the National Hockey League, you've got to have a good stick. It's got to be in the right position. You've got to be smart with where you position it. And that's the way these defensemen are taught to defend. And as far as the other side of that, his offensive side is just through the roof. Runs a power play, shoots the puck, passes the puck, great vision on the ice, and is very competitive. So Alex Kerfoot gave me about as good a scouting report as you can possibly get about one particular player. And so I think at least the upside with him is really tremendous. And so that's a good thing. Now, the other kids, we saw Kravtsov a little bit last year when he came to New York, and he's just such a highly skilled kid. I remember just watching him play out at the Rangers practice facility and just kind of watching his hands and the way he's handling the puck and his skating. And the kid just looks like a high-end hockey player with the way he handles the puck and shoots the puck. So I know there's an awful lot of upside there, and they were anxious to get him here to North America and get him acclimated to a smaller ice surface in the North American game. And then Shesterkin, the goaltender, you always have to take, I think, numbers in any sport and be careful how you interpret a player based strictly on numbers. But you have to certainly put those into consideration. And with him, and you're looking at his numbers the last couple of seasons, and he's been a dominant goaltender in the KHL.
Joe, you mentioned goaltending. I got to take you back now to last night's game, Dallas and St. Louis, a Game 7, an epic one, of course. Ben Bishop, 52 saves, was incredible. With all the changes that has come to the game of hockey, the speed of the game, of course, and how size isn't nearly the factor it used to be. it still is about goaltending, isn't it?
You know what? You can't win with just decent goaltending. You can't. You have to have outstanding goaltending, and Ben Bishop was certainly that last night. But the other kid down on the other side of the ice, Jordan Binnington, has has just served notice in the National Hockey League. I mean, this is a kid that's got votes. He's not a young player by any means, because he's paid his dues with over 200 games in the American or in the minors. He played in the ECHL as well, which is a step lower than the American Hockey League. But this kid is so cool and calm, and nothing bothers him. And between Binnington, the goaltender, and Craig Berube, their head coach, they went from a team that was last in the league on January 2nd to a team that's in the Final Four now, and it's a remarkable story. But and we say, we've been so spoiled in New York over these years to watch Henrik Lundqvist, do what he does, and then you go to other cities and you watch other teams and you talk to other coaches and general managers about not having that top goaltender that you can rely on, and it's a big reason why they don't get to where they want to go.
Hey, Joe, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great call tonight. San Jose and Colorado, yet another Game 7 in these amazing NHL playoffs. Talk to you soon, pal. Thanks so much for dropping by.
That's it?
That's
That's
it.
it?
That's it.
That's it?
And we're really glad you know the way to San Jose.